Thank you for your patience. This is our first both in-person and remote meeting at the same time, so we're still working out some of the technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll get better at it as we go along. So thank you. I want to start with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we gather at Santa Rosa Junior College on the territorial traditional land of the Pomo people in Santa Rosa and the Coast Miwok people in Petaluma, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded it throughout the generations. I want to welcome everybody to the new school year. And again, as I said, this is our first hybrid in-person and Zoom meeting. And as always, we thank you for your patience. Our board is committed to the continued education and safety of our students, faculty, staff, and community stakeholders. In addition, the Sonoma County Public Health Officer has issued recommendations for public meetings available on their website, which all participants are urged to follow. Whether you are in person or remote presenter or member of the public, please wait to speak until you are called on by the chair. Remote attendees cannot see other attendees nor use the chat function to speak to each other. And as always, the board requests that presenters keep all presentations to the following time limits: 3 minutes for public comment, 5 minutes for monthly updates, and 8 minutes for board presentations, employee of the month, and special presentations. Public comment will be allowed at appropriate times. If you would like to make an in-person public comment, there are yellow cards in the back, which you can fill out and bring up. For remote public comment, there is the option to submit comments by email or phone prior to the meeting. Or if you would like to make a public comment via Zoom during the meeting, please raise your hand. The button on the bottom of your screen, or if you're dialing in for the meeting, use *9 on your phone to raise your hand. And voting at this meeting shall still all be by roll call. So thank you. There were no reportable actions taken in closed session. I do anticipate, since we don't have any reports, that I will probably, unless the meeting goes longer than anticipated, that we probably will not have a break today. So moving on to B2, which is approval of the minutes for the June regular meeting. And I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
All right, roll call vote.
Trustee Benoit?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman?
Aye.
Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Baldino?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfield?
Aye. Thank you. B3 is approval of the minutes for our June special meeting. I need a motion of second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Trustee Benoit?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman?
Aye.
Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Baldino?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfield?
Aye. Thank you. Next, we have employee of the month, and that's going to be presented by Rebecca Lavelle. Turn it over to her.
President Battenfield, members of the board, Dr. Chong, and college community. It is my honor to present August Employee of the Month Award to Wanda Barnum. Wanda has worked at SRJC for 43 years. She started her career as a student employee in the Office of Extended Opportunity Programs and Services, known as EOPS. EOPS serves low-income and historically excluded students achieve their academic goals. Wanda was promoted from student employee to an advisor to her current position as EOPS care specialist, all within a span of 2 years. In 1981, her position grew to coordinate a new program within EOPS called Cooperative Agencies Resources for Education, known as the CARE program. The CARE program supports parenting EOPS students on public assistance. She encourages students to believe that they and their children are important, that they are capable, and with proper support, they can work towards a college degree and or get job training to find gainful employment. During the pandemic, CARE students have the added responsibility of becoming teachers for their children attending school K-12 or having to take care of their young children as they navigated their own transition to online classes. Wanda made sure each student received a laptop, support with technology, a grant, supplies to keep up with their online classes. She helps plan a yearly retreat for CARE and Power students with our Region 3 colleagues to empower and motivate students to keep working towards their goals. Our students always leave this retreat feeling seen and supported. Wanda is intentional about providing different ideas that can help CARE students thrive in all the roles that they hold. She coordinates workshops with a focus on health, wellness, and parenting. This includes a popular workshop where students learn how to cook budget-friendly meals and desserts with an Instant Pot on tips that included tips on getting their kids to cook along with them. We are tasked in EOPS to provide services above and beyond what the district provides students. And these are just some of the few examples that show Wanda's commitment to provide support above and beyond to our students and our programs. But it doesn't stop there. She currently serves as an executive board member at the California Community College EOPS Association and the SRJC Black Leaders Association Collective, known as BLACK. She was a member of the Basic Needs Committee and a current member of the newly formed Employee Affinity Group and Embracing a Culture of Inclusion Collaboration. Wanda's advocacy and leadership has been instrumental in supporting EOPS and CARE programming and funding across the state. She dedicates her time in training newer EOPS staff and faculty to make sure they understand EOPS Title V and implementing guidelines. She is actively creating new generations of strong advocates who will continue to protect and execute the mission of EOPS. This is her legacy that will continue on for years to come. I have a message to Wanda from Libby Cook, our California Community College EOPS Association president. Hello, Ms. Wanda. You are being recognized for your awesomeness, and rightly so. On behalf of the EOPS Association, I want to share just a few things I appreciate about you. I so appreciate you. I respect that you are all in for your students. You are constantly and consistently putting the needs of your students at the forefront of everything that you do. I so appreciate you. I appreciate how not only do you hear, but truly listen. You have the uncanny ability to hear beyond the words to uncover the intent. I appreciate you. You are the salt of the earth, a genuine individual who is not afraid to be genuine. I am honored to have been able to work with you. I am honored to have been able to meet you. I love your sass, your integrity and style. Congratulations, Ms. Wanda. So these are from Libby Cook. Thank you, Libby. Wanda is someone who has talent for being a great listener and helping students see their potential. She understands the challenges our students face and advocates for them in every chance that she gets. She feels strongly about being a role model and supporting Black students, staff, and faculty on our campuses. She has become a mentor to many individuals over the years. She is lovingly referred to as Ms. Wanda, as she shares her wisdom and is often a resource for those fortunate to call her a colleague and a friend. Wanda goes above and beyond for our students in our program. She advises students, coordinates workshops, and finds ways to empower students to continue working towards their goals. Students leave her office feeling affirmed with a plan to help tackle life's challenges. Wanda is a wonderful colleague who isn't afraid to be herself. Her confidence is infectious. We are fortunate and lucky to have Wanda working at SRJC, supporting her students in our programs. I am happy to see her recognized for her years of service and dedication. Wanda is a leader, an advocate, a mentor, and a phenomenal employee who is deserving of this award. Wanda, as part of your award, you will receive a certificate for 2 tickets to any summer repertory theater production in the upcoming season, a gift certificate for the culinary cafe, and your EOPS, CalWorks, and Foster Youth Program colleagues are adding a $200 Visa card and a gift basket of software items for you to enjoy. So please take this award on behalf of SRJC.
I was so not expecting all that. I love you guys too. I just want to say thank you. It's an accolade I wasn't necessarily looking for. I happen to love what I do. As I explained this morning to Dr. Chong, I'm so full right now. I started out at this college as a 17-year-old student. My first semester year, I didn't know anyone. I went to the EOPS office, just kind of hanging out, and the director at that time saw something in me because I just volunteered to help the students that were coming into the office. So he offered me a student aid position, and then a semester later, he created the advisor position. And from there, it became a permanent position. My goal was not to do work with students. I was planning on opening a boutique and moving on to Southern University. That changed. Once I started helping the students, I love it so much. The greatest reward for me is as I see care students that are going through the program that when they came in were shy, not assertive, didn't have any self-esteem for themselves, and they just evolve and they become great. One of them, Candy, is sitting here, is a former care student who now works in our office with the foster youth. I've got others who have gone through the nursing program, that are principals at schools, an immigrant lawyer. They're all wonderful. What the words I want to leave with you all is, please stop judging people for who they are just because you think you have a stereotype in your mind of who they are. Stop, listen to the students. Let them tell you their stories and then give them your story back. Even though you may come from a different walk, each student is special, they're different. And just take the time to listen. That's all they really want, is someone to hear them for what they're saying. I'm not a counselor, but I listen and try and give them the goals and lead them to the people who are going to give them what they need. So again, I say thank you. And that's all I need to say.
Thank you very much and congratulations from the board. Now, D5, which is, I'm going to open the public hearing, mutual intent to open for negotiations, articles of contract between all faculty associations and the Sonoma County Junior College District. Do we have any public comments? All right, I'm going to close the public hearing and go on to D6 and open the public hearing for Santa Rosa Junior College, California Federation of Teachers, Local 1946, SRJC, CFT, and Sonoma County Junior College District Joint Reopeners for 2022-23 negotiations. Do we have any public comments? All right, I'm going to close the public hearing and move on now to regular public comment. Do we have anybody here? Did anybody submit cards for in-person public comment? no in-person public comment, and we had no one submit a public comment ahead of time. So if anyone, does anyone attending remotely wish to make a public comment? Please raise your hand on the Zoom screen. I don't see anybody. Oh, we have one person. Okay, Mr. Bonner.
Good afternoon. Is the audio okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. So write down these 3 words: coulda, oughta, shoulda. In a disaster, we're hearing more and more often afterwards, coulda, oughta, shoulda. We have to plan for fires and earthquakes. And unfortunately, with our current Supreme Court, we have to plan more and more for terrorism. But terrorism has been on this radar screen for decades. And as an EMT, it's part of the education program we see year in and year out with renewals. In Gilroy, the coulda, oughta, shoulda was that you should have had armed guards around the perimeter of that event. In Las Vegas, the coulda, oughta, shoulda, you should have inspected all the luggage of all the guests coming into the hotel. Or the coulda, oughta, shoulda, you should have been doing room checks, even on rooms that said, do not disturb. Or coulda, oughta, shoulda, you should have had an adequate evacuation plan. As many people were injured in Las Vegas by the evacuation as were injured by the shooter. Or in Aurora, the coulda, oughta, shoulda, there should have been more exits. There should have been alternate directions of exits. This board is the group that has to avoid those coulda, oughta, shouldas by looking ahead. Let's look at the exits from the Burbank Auditorium. They're 3 72-inch doors, leading primarily to one stairway. It looks like the architect, the SRJC staff, the board facilities committee, this board, and the vision of the state architect all agreed a 216-inch stairway was the absolute minimum. That's what's on the plans. That's a minimum for somebody who's done some thinking about this. What got constructed? One 190-inch stairway. Oops. Coulda, oughta, shoulda. You've known about this for a couple of years. What have you done? How will you answer the coulda, oughta, shoulda? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I don't see any other public comment, so I'm going to close the public comment. And thank you, and move on to our monthly updates, starting with our college president, Dr. Tom.
Thank you, President Van. So, I want to welcome everybody back to the fall semester. I just can't tell you how excited I am to see faces on campus again, and smiles, conversations going on at the quad. Just so you know, all of our services are open again. 2/3 of our classes will be in person, about 1/3 remote, and that will continue to fluctuate based on what student demand dictates. We have new buildings and facilities that are being completed. Sheraton will go through that with you in the future, but I just had a chance to walk through Garcia Hall, this iconic building, and it's a new home to the communications department. And I just want to thank everybody who's involved with Garcia Hall. You will be impressed when you go in there. We have rooms that look like a newsroom for the Oakley. We have really state-of-the-art visual, all your visual stuff for our communication students. And I just want to let people know that health and safety is still a priority, and that we are shifting from a pandemic to an endemic. And we're working with the college community this coming semester to ensure that everybody stays safe. But also want to welcome people back to the campus as well. I want to ask people to please join me in welcoming Tim Weiss, an expert speaker on white privilege, but PDA on Friday. It's not to be missed. Also, culinary cafe will open on September 22nd. I can't wait, and people are looking forward to that. Some also good news: $15 million for SRJC student housing. I want to thank Senator Michael White and Senator Bill Dodd for their support in securing this amazing funds for the support of student housing projects. This will allow and enable us to pay down our debt sooner and lower rents further to our students. I also want to recognize Kate Charlie Dave Ladlaw, remember him? Robert Atkinson, for their advocacy internally. Also want to welcome Robert Atkinson as the interim vice president of student services. He needs no introduction. We're really thrilled and really thankful that Robert agreed to step up into this key leadership position for the coming year. Also want to welcome Robert Holcomb, Dr. Robert Holcomb, our new vice president of academic affairs, to our senior leadership teams and cabinet. I'll complete my report with two great examples of why SRDC is special. One is Linda Cornejo. Who is a former SRDC student, who's been mentored by our trustee, Mariana Martinez. Just accepted a faculty position at Cornell University in the fall. Maria Del Santos, many of us know as a famous artist and dream student, just accepted faculty position at the Yale School of Art. So I hate to lose FRJT graduates. I want them to come back here and teach, but they have to sell the second best and send it up to Cornell and Yale. So that can be. Oh, finally, I want to also let you know that I'll be meeting tomorrow with Mike Lee, the interim president of Sonoma State University. I'm looking forward to continuing our partnership with Sonoma State University. Mike's an old friend of mine, and I look forward to reacquainting with him again. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next report is a bond update with Serafin Fernandez.
Thank you. Good afternoon, President Badenfeld, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, esteemed SRJC community. It's great to be here back in person, seeing each other's faces. As we begin the fall 2022 semester, all of our campuses are nice and tidied up as far as construction projects are concerned. They look a little different than the last time we had a full house at the campuses. And I hope that everybody agrees that they look much more beautiful than before. But we still have projects in construction. We look a little different, but we're definitely clean and safe and ready for all of our students, faculty, and staff to return next week. A quick and brief update for you on where we are with our current projects at Schoen Farm. We are wrapping up the portable project. This last month, we had the exterior painting and all the signage has been installed. We're now waiting for some supply chain issues that we've had. The lab furniture and office furniture, all of that is expected to come in at the end of this month. We'll have that installed, and we're hoping to have the project fully wrapped up by mid-semester. The greenhouse is completed and ready to go. There's very minor punch list items that they're working on, but for the most part, this project is ready to be occupied and used by the staff and students at Schoen Farm. Here at the Santa Rosa campus, as Dr. Chong mentioned, Garcia Hall, I didn't want to share some of the most current pictures. They do look amazing because we are planning a ribbon cutting in September that we will invite you all to, and you can experience the amazing transformation that this beautiful building has taken place. We are wrapping up the project this week. Faculty is moving in on Thursday, and students will be walking in the doors on next Monday. For the Busman IT renovation project, we had our contracts issued to our low bidder DMR builders. We are currently working with the staff to move them out of the space this month and into their swing space so we can start construction hopefully by the beginning of September. The Towser Gymnasium swing space will be at Emily Village. Our bids open for this project today. And so we'll be working through that evaluation of bids, and hopefully we can bring a contract to you next month for approval so that we can complete that project by the end of the year and then move the staff and faculty in there at the beginning of January and allow us to start construction on the renovation and modernization of the Townsend Gymnasium. At the Lindley Center for STEM Education, we're making great progress. They're currently working on all of the interior mechanical, electrical, and plumbing roofing of the work. And they're wrapping up also the wall framing on the first floor. Second and third floor are pretty much complete. The exterior sheeting is almost complete as well. Here you see some pictures of the north face of the building. They're now working on the south and east and west sides, which are also almost complete. All of the major mechanical equipment has been lifted onto the roof, and the roofing of the roof work will begin this month. One project that you'll see on your agenda to close out today, notice of completion, is the district-wide security project. We are complete with all of the scope. This took place at Petaluma, Santa Rosa, and Windsor campuses. So key cards are in the process of being distributed to all staff. And just a quick announcement: if you have not picked up a key card, swipe card, please do so from District Police as soon as possible, so you have access to your buildings when you come back. The foundation of the building is also making great progress. We actually had windows installation started this week, and then the site work for the parking lot is in progress now. We had concrete poured and asphalt will be installed later this month. And we are looking to have this project completed by the end of the year. We're at a point right now where we're kind of waiting on materials to be delivered, again, being affected by the supply chain issues. But as soon as materials are delivered, they're going right straight up. So some of the roofing panels and wall panels make up some of those materials that we're waiting for. But we're keeping up with our schedule, and we are looking forward to having this project completed by the end of the year, and the foundation staff move in January of 2023. And finally, the student housing project also making great progress. Right now, they are completing the fifth and final floor and pouring the concrete shear walls, and then also started some of that framing. Inside the building, there is a lot of work that is actually going on. Installation of mechanical, electrical, and plumbing roofing is going on. Some of the windows were already delivered as well. So the installation of the windows has actually already started this week. And so we're really looking forward to having this project complete by next summer. The leasing office will actually open at Clover Hall next month in September. So students can start applying for residency at this building. And finally, just a few items for you to approve at today's agenda. We have the notice of completion for the security project. We have change order number 7 for the STEM project. This change order will take us to a 2.4 total change order percentage. For the Townsend Gym structural testing project, this was a independent project where DSA required us to go and do some structural testing of the facility so that we can finalize the design. We had one change order. This is a relatively small contract, so we have one change order that brings us to 9.55%. We are complete with that work. All of the information is into the lab. So depending on the lab results, we may have some work to do, or we may be completely done. So that's waiting on lab result from the testing that was done. We have 2 resolutions for you to approve. One for Garcia Hall on change orders. The first is for Garcia Hall, Holly and Associates. We are over the 10% on this one. This one will take us to about 18.55%. As you may recall, we have to deal with a substantial amount of asbestos abatement in the building. We had to remove pretty much all of the walls. I mean, we gutted all of the building, the interior building, and we were originally planning to do so. So now we're rebuilding all of that back, and that's what most of its change orders are in. As shown farm, we have one change order for the greenhouse. sorry, let me go back to the resolution 2122 for Ridgeview Builders for the Act Portables. This is our first change order over 10% and probably our last. It'll take us to about 12.8% in change orders. And these are just some of the unforeseens that we have to deal with in relocating the portables from Santa Rosa to Shoal Farm. One small change order at the greenhouse, 2.9, that takes us to 2.97%. There's a change order number 3, and again, we're about 99% complete with this project, so we're not anticipating any additional change orders on the project, and hopefully next month we'll bring the notice of completion for you to approve. For the produce processing facility, we are asking for you to approve the notice of completion, so we're done with that project. For the student housing project, amendment number 2 to Northern Pacific Engineering Group, they are the geotechnical consultant who's performing the DSA required testing on the project. The original amendment was to do the testing on site and the investigation for the soils. And so now that we're in construction, they will be doing testing of soils for the site work. And that's what this scope of work is for. For the Luminous HVAC project, we are complete with the project and asking you to approve actually ratify the notice of completion that we asked Dr. Chung to approve last week so that we can start the process on paying out this contractor. We're also asking you to ratify the approval of the contract to the Busman Hall IT contractor. We are in desperate need of starting the project so that we are using Emily Village Temp as a swing space for them. And so we need to complete the Busman IT renovation in order to relocate those portables to Southwest Center at the beginning of next year. So it's critical that we complete this project as quickly as possible. And then finally, we have the yearly 5-year capital outlay plan that we're required to submit to the state. Just an update on highlights of this plan, different from the previous. Not much. We added the Southwest Center. Now that we own the property, we can actually include that project as one of our projects to potentially ask potential matching funds in the future. Everything else is pretty much just updates on the capital projects. We removed those projects that were completed, and then projects that are in progress, like Hauser and the STEM Lilly Center remain on the report. No other changes to that. This does complete my presentation, unless you have any questions.
Do we have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's see, student trustee Benson is not able to be here today, so there is no student trustee report. And then I will move on to board member comments, if we have any.
Make a comment. I just wanted to let the board and the college community know that you know, besides any summer courses that are happening on campus, lots of other things are happening as well. During the month of July, I was invited to tour the Adelante program, which is out of Migrant Ed, and was just really honored to be here. I was here all morning and got to go to the country building and see different classes that were happening. And then I was also invited to the HEP, which is the high school equivalency graduation as well. Really honored to attend that as well, and just so really proud that the JC offers the facilities for these kinds of things, and knowing that many of these students are going to end up coming here, which is also a benefit. So just wanted to talk about that for just a moment, and just say how honored I was and proud that the JC has these opportunities. So thank you.
Anybody else? Trustee Fishman?
Yeah, real quick, it is lovely to see everyone's face. So hi. 2 things. Thank you to the classified minutes. It's pretty cool. No, well, you. The other thing I just wanted to mention that on September 24th, Encourage Petaluma will be having a fundraiser on Saturday afternoon, early evening, 4 to 7. That will take place on the Petaluma campus. It's not a sit-down dinner, it's a sort of roam around the stations and see some of the lovely programs that are available in Petaluma, and I hope you will all think about attending. It's gonna be quite nice. Petaluma Gas is providing wine, Sean Farms providing wine, lovely hors d'oeuvres, Tom Petty cover band. So it's gonna be fun. So again, that's September 24th. From 4 to 7, so it doesn't count like the whole Sunday evening, and we'd love to see you there.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, yeah.
Frank, correction, it's Monica,
Morning.
Doctora Monica Cornejo.
See,
I just wanted to correct that because I know she texts me and she's like, Monica. No, but it is, we haven't been around for a while. I just want to say it's nice to see all your faces. In addition to have, it is its 55-year anniversary, and I know you guys have had HEP here for a long time. And so congratulations for having that program, and hopefully soon we'll have a camp program. It's a competitive program for me, obviously. And as you know, but HEP works with a lot of the parents or adults, and CAP works with a lot of the kids of some of these HEP parents. So one gets them their high school diploma, the other one aims to get them into their AA and into four-year universities. So it's a lot of good work that they're doing. It was nice to see a lot of the directors, because we just had a meeting after the hiatus, and it was nice to also hear that Beatriz was there the week before for a very competitive agricultural like fellowship. So it's nice to see the work that is being done, and I know that you all have been working really hard remotely and in person. And if someone who works with this population, it has been very hard. This is where the gray hair came from. So know that, and Monica actually would have been a qualified person for that. That's what her parents do. They work in agriculture. And so it's really, really nice to see all of that. And for me as a trustee, it's nice. This is the reason why I went into this, and Monica was here in 2016 when I think she was like one of 10 students, because it was the first time there were students at the oath. And she was one of the 10 students who was here when that happened in 2016 for me. And so it's exciting to see her go on and become a professor, which she really wasn't sure that that was a possibility. So, and for Maria de los Angeles, the same, how about with her and her sister, and they are, you know, making waves in this community and outside of it. So it's a really honor to be a trustee and to lead an institution to be able to produce these kind of students. And it's just community members who are always giving back. So that was just my 2 cents.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick report on our board self-evaluation, because every year when we do our board self-evaluation, we come up with some kind of points with goals and results of the evaluation that we report out to the community. So we did discuss the conduct of our board meetings and did make a decision to return in person, but to continue to allow for remote participation as well. And we did discuss the reports. We like having the reports earlier. We are going to try to limit the reports to no more than 2 per meeting, partly so that we can spend more time on the reports that are given and allow to have more time for discussions and more details. We're still encouraging trustees to send questions about the agenda to Dr. Tom ahead of time, so that staff has time to prepare thorough answers. But then trustees are, it's also fine for trustees to repeat their questions in the meeting so that others can get the information. When we did committee reports, we realized we weren't letting people know about attendance. We're going to add that. And we also reiterated that coming back in person, we do want to try to schedule at least 1 board meeting at each site per year if possible. We already have 2 of our meetings scheduled for the Petaluma campus, and we're working on some of the other sites. We also talked about supporting the board, getting information, orientation, and training. We are going to try to have a special meeting in January for trustee orientation, so that new trustees and others can have a special meeting just on the work of the trustees, responsible for the trustees as well. We're going to be scheduling other special meetings, study sessions on key issues this year. We also discussed our commitment to have more training on DEIA. And we decided that we're going to do this by attending the campus-wide programs that we have, and also taking advantage of the many training and workshops that are provided for trustees by the Community College League of California and by the National Association of Community College Trustees. And then finally, we discussed how the board can support SRJC this year. We're still committing, as people said, we want to attend as many events and graduations. We would appreciate as much advance notice as possible so that we can schedule events with our other scheduled things that we're committed to. And board members agree that we also want to assist the college with public and governmental relations. And so that's just a summary of what we talked about when we did our board self-evaluation. I also it's been fun going to some things this summer. I've enjoyed the sip and picks at Schoen Farm. I think the grandkids I brought ate most of their strawberries. I'm not sure if I really actually paid for any that actually got to the farm stand, but it's a great event. I also want to thank Rebecca Norwick. She gave me a tour of the new Student Services Center, which is upstairs here now in Bertolini. It's a great facility. I know they're combining both our physical health services and our mental health services now in one place. And it's a great facility. And I just want to appreciate her and the staff I met there for the work that they're doing. So thank you. All right. Moving on from monthly updates, we now have reports. And again, a reminder that these reports are 5 minutes or less. Starting with the Academic Senate and our new Academic Senate President, Nancy Persons.
Good afternoon, Board President Battenfeld, Dr. Chong, trustees, college community. First of all, I want to commend you for leading a hybrid session. Way to lead by example. That's extra above my head. First, let me acknowledge how wonderful it is to appear here before our college community in person as we carefully explore our new normal. I know we still have much to learn as we navigate this new phase of the pandemic, and I appreciate how challenging working in these uncertain conditions is for all of us. Today, I'd like to focus on the upcoming work of the Academic Senate. First, I and the rest of the Academic Senate Exec Committee, ASCC, will be presenting a session this Friday for PDA Day, directly following lunch, titled Know Your Academic Senate. In this hybrid session, members of the ASCC will engage with participants as we talk about how to bring concerns forward to the Senate, describe our legally defined purview, explain the role of our academic senators, how to know who they are, and how we can effectively influence legislation, our students' how we can effectively influence legislation, our students' education, I left the word out, by working closely with the Academic Senate for the California Community Colleges, the ASCCC. The Academic Senate has an ambitious, challenging agenda this year, reflected in our fall meeting schedule. Our first meeting will be on August 17th, followed by a retreat the 26th, and a second August meeting on the 31st, and then another meeting the next week because it's in the month. At the first meeting, we'll focus on the findings from the 2022 accreditation peer review team report and discuss how we can serve our students better. We know that we need to engage in the work of assessing student learning outcomes and disaggregating results so that we can respond effectively to the ever-evolving needs of our students. We'll also hear from the ASCC members who represent our expanded pilot project. We'll learn more regarding their service on the exec committee, their purpose, the challenges faced, and how we want to move forward when this project comes to its conclusion in December of this year. Finally, we'll discuss the Student Equity Plan 2.0 with Jeremy Smotherman of Institutional Effectiveness. The new plan must be submitted to the Chancellor's office by November 30th of this year. The ASCC has put this item on the first agenda as an urgent discussion item with action possible in the hopes that we can kick off this year by considering the formation of a group of faculty members to make recommendations regarding the metrics to be used in the new plan. There are several pieces of legislation either signed or intending which we need to address. These include AB 1705, 928, and 1111. The ASCCC has been working closely with state legislators to recommend amended language to 1705, which is still in committee. Thanks to the efforts of the ASCCC and the Faculty Association for the California Community Colleges, in fact, several important changes have already been made to this bill. While we all recognize the benefits to students in removing layers of free transfer coursework to their academic experience, I highly recommend everybody visit the FACT website where you can hear a recent podcast, excuse me, of Dr. Robin Isserles talking about her book, The Cost of Completion. The book offers a strong critique of the push to move students through our systems, especially at community colleges. AB 928, the Student Transfer Achievement Reform Act, seeks to establish a single GE pattern of 34 units throughout all segments of the California public higher education system. This bill proposes several changes to the current identity pattern, including the removal of lifelong learning and self-development courses, such as some offered by our kinesiology, athletics and dance and counseling departments, as well as the language other than English requirement, placing both of these in UC upper division requirements. These changes may adversely affect SRJC course demand. Faculty can submit feedback on the proposed legislation at the ASCCC website. AB 1111 requires the California Community College system to adopt a common course numbering system for all general education requirement courses and transfer pathway courses by July 2024. Faculty can now contribute input on this legislation at the ASCCC website. This latter piece of legislation will impact many areas of SRGC. In conclusion, I'd like to thank Trustee Battenfeld and Fishman for meeting with me recently. I hope to schedule a meeting with Trustee Vice President Banuelos in the near future and other members as well. I am also very pleased to begin meeting with Student Government Assembly President Bria Tillman. Bria will be making regular reports at academic senate meetings, and we look forward to fostering a stronger relationship with the SGA. The Academic Senate Exec Committee has also been working to match new SRJC faculty with mentors. We'll host a meetup for mentors and mentees on Friday, August 19th, directly prior to the Affinity Group new hire mixer. The Academic Senate has much business to attend to in the coming months, the aforementioned legislation, as well as wrapping up the faculty hiring procedure, a review of our areas of representation that is overdue, and now will include our new Ethics Studies Department, as well as several other significant topics. I look forward to reporting to you on all of this in the coming months and welcome your feedback. Finally, I hope we see several of you at our session on PDA Day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Classified Senate, Debbie Weatherly.
Good afternoon. I know what you're thinking. How do I get my hands on one of those red flashlights? Right? Just have to quit your job and become a classified employee. Not too hard. Those are one of the gifts that we gave out during the pandemic. And we told the classified that that would be the light at the end of the tunnel to help them get through the pandemic. So it was very apropos. Good afternoon, President Battenfield, board members, Dr. Chong, and colleagues. It is wonderful to finally meet face to face. Dorothy, I wanted to mention to you that I can invoice you for those strawberries. Just in case. We have a formula for weighing grandchildren, and then we divide it by 14, and we can come to that conclusion of how much they ate. I want to congratulate Wanda Bynum on being selected Employee of the Month after the many years of service here. That was very much deserved. I cannot believe she's worked here 43 years before getting this award. That is absolutely amazing, but she does deserve it. I've known her to always care so much for our students' needs. Classified Senate had our first Senate meeting since summer break, and we completed our calendar of events, highlighting our welcome back luncheon on pulled pork, veggies, sloppy joes, chips, cookies, and lemonade. We are hosting this event on August 24th, 12 to 2. There's your notice. So hopefully some of you board members can attend August 24th in Heritage Plaza. We are planning on kicking off the new Secret Pal program for the fall season. These always promise to help newer folks to meet others across the district as they participate. It's always a fun way to know people. Speaking of Heritage Plaza, this is located on the east side of Bailey Hall. You will find the names of all the retirees that have left after serving here for 15 years or more. There is also a plaque in memory of our colleagues that have passed away during their careers here. We are hoping to see this area updated soon with additional names of folks that may have left during the pandemic. I want to take a moment to thank our negotiation team, SEIU, and our administrators for all the hard work that went into coming to an agreement for the classified. We appreciate the efforts and care that was taken to consider our needs. So thank you very much. PDA is just around the corner on Friday, August 12th at 8 o'clock in Burbank Auditorium. Thank you for those that have worked so diligently to create a stellar program twice a year on our behalf. I will be meeting with Ken Sherwood along with Dr. Chong, Kate Jolly, and Robert Eppington to begin the process of bringing Caring Campus to our district. This has been a long desire of many, and I am excited to see it begin. It has a track record of truly transforming classified professionals and creating leaders. Now, on a sadder note, I was very sorry to hear the news of Rick Hauser's passing. He was truly a gentleman and acknowledged the work of the classified professionals. So thank you, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Student Government Assembly report with Abria Tillman. I believe she's here on Zoom, so we could welcome.
Thank you. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Yes. Awesome. Thank you and good afternoon, board, or evening now. My goodness, it's already 5. I would like to start with saying that SGA just had their fall retreat for 3 days, and it really focused around restorative justice training from Ms. Vicky H. And one of the great components of being a leader is your effectiveness and your efficiency in dealing with conflict. So that training was in order to get our student leaders equipped with the skills in order to best handle conflict either within ourselves, within our organization, or with our fellow students. And it was a way that gave us the tools to focus on win-win collaboration type of outcome when you do have a conflict. So it was some nice real work and in-person and virtual training that we got to go through. So it was pretty awesome. Thank you to faculty, staff, and administration that also came through to say hello and show their support. That was really great to hear about all the construction and new curriculum that's happening on all 5 of our campuses. So there's a lot going on at SRJC that we're very excited about. In addition to our retreat, we also have an opportunity to bring SGA to the forefront by partnering with PR. So we have an opportunity to have a monthly report with what's new at SRJC. And each month we can have an officer kind of give an overall report of what to expect and look forward to for that month. And then we also have an opportunity on our social platforms each week to have kind of like an SGA update. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's brand new. We haven't done it before, and it's going to be very exciting and a great way to not only kind of put a face with SGA, but to also allow students to engage and kind of get some feedback too. We look forward to tabling at the athletics orientation that's going to happen tomorrow. SGA and athletics have had a really good partnership. We've given them grants along the years, and in exchange, they allow students who participate in Cup Card Premium to have free entry to all of our home games. So we look forward to not only kind of help promote SGA and Cup Card Premium, but to also support our student athletes and get any who are involved in leadership on board. We also will be present at Welcome Day, which will be really exciting for all the incoming students to kind of see and meet and greet us. And we will have a final event at the end of August, 5 ways to make money at SRJC. So I think it would be a great way to highlight the resources that we have available, like financial aid, scholarships, of course, SGA, our shared governance, and I'm missing one more, student employees. So we'll have a panelist from each one of those divisions to come and talk more about it. And we have a concept each month. Thank you. We have a concept. Okay, we have a concept each month to highlight resources for our students. And so August was finance, and we look forward to clubs in September, where we will have our first club day. So thank you all. Thank you so much for having the Zoom opportunity, because it makes it a lot easier to be able to participate and report. So with that, I will go back to you, President. Thank you.
Let's see, there is no AFA report, so I am going to move on to the SEIU report with Sandy Segala.
Good afternoon. Welcome. So good to see everyone. We're here in person. I love it, but I will be sharing some information about being in person or not in my report. I just needed to let you know that ahead of time. So good afternoon. We're President Battenville Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, students, colleagues, and community. Thank you for a little bit of your attention today. I also wanted to congratulate Wanda, Employee of the Month, and I'll thank the committee who approves these Employees of the Month for recognition, as this one was a long time coming. So I want to congratulate her, way overdue. And I'm sorry she's gone, but it's like I totally am glad and happy for her. She's done extensive work, 43 years, amazing. I almost have her beat 42 years of service of myself from both colleges, so that's no mistake in here. So I feel her. I just feel wonderful for her. So I want to welcome back everyone to the in-person meeting, and I know there'll be a lot of adjustments in our return. I just want to ask that we all are patient with one another and be kind to one another as we work through our return to normalcy in our workplace. I'd also would like to state to the board for your information the following. There are concerns from classified professionals for returning back to campus to full-time in-person classes and work. There is a feel of many areas that are broken. For instance, what has occurred these past few years? Offices and departments lack the filling of classified vacant positions due to retirements and resignations due to the COVID mandate, which created extra workloads. Positions were not replaced. Several classified agreed to work out of class. And why? Because more money. Isn't that great, especially during these hard times? So sure, I'm going to take out work out of class for a while. However, the vacant position should be recruited and filled to prevent workload issues. There is the mental stress issue. Buildings and classrooms have a lack of airflow and HVAC not working. There are concerns for building temperatures, which I know all is being worked on. I've met with groups about it, but I just needed to let you know there are some concerns. However, we need to think about our students in the classroom because of this problem, as it creates class teaching problems as well. SEIU agrees to the need to return, and I'm just reporting out to the board as we have not been on site working since 2020. Also, as we remember, the district reorg and small sizing the campus with the ERI in 2019 to the budget deficit. Then this was followed by COVID virus on top of everything else. Many of our classified positions continue to remain vacant, which is added to our challenging times, especially as we turn full-time Monday through Friday and on some Saturdays in person throughout the district. Again, I just want to ask for all of us to be patient and kind with one another as we work through and the return to campus together. And at this time, SEI would like to also congratulate everyone working through such difficult times as we work remotely and receive our regular paychecks and not have to worry about being furloughed or laid off and being on unemployment lines or losing our homes as we did continue to work remotely. I want to thank the district for our continued employment. I always quoted to the classified professionals during our general membership meetings and that from our VP of Finance and Administrative Services, she had stated, those who are willing to work will receive a paycheck. And I'm always reminded that quote from her to our classified professionals during our general membership meeting. It was wonderful. She's an awesome person. She takes care of us, and I appreciate her greatly. So thank you again, district. And also, SEI is preparing for this week's PDA event, and we would like to stress that all classified professionals take advantage of the day and please attend some of the workshops. On the board agenda today, SEIU asked the board for approval for our ratified SEIU contract, which finalized at 5 p.m. last Friday. Thank you, Debbie, for your comments. We had 220 voting ballots come in, and 217 of those were a yes vote, and 3 of those were no. At least 59% of our membership voted. We were so happy for that. So SEIU asks the board for your approval on our 22-23 contract today. Also, in viewing healthy lifestyles on behalf of our classified professionals, SEIU is creating a subcommittee for classified to be able to receive Show Farm food boxes to be distributed out during the semester. The committee could use more classified members to volunteer to help with this project. Let me or SEIU Executive Council know if you would be able to help, and we will be in contact with you. Other areas of healthy exercise arrangements will include the new swimming pool, to include negotiations with the kinesiology department to cover detailed charges to use the pool. We are also in discussion with Petaluma campus as well for the gym there and seeking a professional trainer to be present. All of these healthy ideas are in the works, and we are very excited for these additions to our unit. SEI will send out more information as our contract agreement has allowed us to take action on these items. SEIU also reached a tentative agreement for the Santa Rosa Junior College's first ever in history, an STNC tentative agreement contract. There is a step in the right direction in providing fair wages increases and a few other additions, including a set salary schedule for all classifications in the STNC unit. STNCs will be voting on this agreement in the next few weeks, and then it will be placed on the board's next board agenda item for approval. Classified reviews continue to be in progress. The review process, I don't know, I just hope one day I can come and say, "Yay, it's done." But it's not. Looking at finishing up all the job descriptions, hopefully by reviewing all of them at the end of December, have those completed. And then we'll move into the market study. And then, of course, there will be appeals to be heard from changes we've done. And all of this will happen in the upcoming spring semester. And finally, SEIU has been processing several job starting cases dealing with district initiated transfer classified as requested, working greatly with HR. They've been wonderful folks to work with and go through this process, and also we need them to go through that with us. And it has been very successful with the classified that we're trying to transfer over to other departments. And this concludes my report, and thank you for the attention today. And it's so good to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Management team, Sarah.
Good afternoon, President Battenfeld, members of the board, Dr. Chong, and college community. I just want to take a quick second and acknowledge that I am not wearing sweatpants and fuzzy socks, and I don't have my dog next to me, and it feels a little strange, but it is good to see you all in person. So as we look forward to the start of the fall semester next week, it's been a busy summer of planning. Genevieve Bertone, Hector Delgado, Michelle Vidaduri, Michelle Koji, and a number of others have been busy gearing up for Welcome Day. With the goal of rebuilding connections with our students and colleagues, this event is welcoming all SRJC students and staff to reconnect with SRJC and find their community. It should be a great kickoff to a robust and exciting fall semester. Melise Warner has spent the last few months working diligently on a California apprenticeship initiative grant to help support equitable education and economic opportunities for the early childhood education workforce in Sonoma County. One of the main challenges for many parents in our community is finding quality, cost-effective childcare, and Melise and her team have identified this community need and are working to educate and train students into this necessary and very important workforce. Rachel Smith in the Workforce Development Office also applied for and received the Learning Aligned Employment Program grant. This offers eligible underrepresented students at public colleges and universities the opportunity to earn money to help defray their educational costs while gaining education-aligned career-related employment. This will enhance the affordability of higher education, promote equity, better align higher education with workforce needs, and bridge the gap between college and career. Thanks to Rachel for her hard work on this grant application with a pretty short turnaround time to get it submitted. The sign of a good manager is someone who hires a great person and is committed to their ongoing success and wants to help them grow in the way they want to grow in their career. Brad Davis and Jamie Longnecker are examples of this kind of relationship. Jamie has worked tirelessly under Brad's leadership and support to ensure our student employees have been shepherded through the hiring process, especially as we get back to in-person services, while also supporting the implementation of a new online job board called Handshake. Brad provides guidance with the challenges and opportunities Jamie faces, supports her ongoing growth, understands what motivates her, and helps her do the best work she can do to support our students in the college. If you've ever had a great boss, you know it's one of the most deeply personal and meaningful relationships you can have in life. And Brad and Jamie are a great example of how these relationships can help unlock our greatest potential to support our mission. We also would like to appreciate the district for the comprehensive telecommuting option shared last week for classified managers. Over the last couple of years, the work and learning environment at SRJC has changed a great deal. Today, we are transitioning more classes, services, and meetings back to face-to-face interactions, while also still recognizing the benefits gained by offering those in an online format as well. While we are primarily an in-person campus with a vibrant campus life and support services, this telecommuting option benefits employees and the college as a whole. We have seen over the past 2 years that online formats can be successful for some and can lead to greater productivity. Although the option is not available to all our employees due to the nature of their work, we are grateful for the time and effort on behalf of the district to identify and support this idea. This semester won't be without its challenges. There will be some bumps in the road as we see more and more students and colleagues return to campus. We will be addressing the additional accreditation review, the decrease in enrollment, and the fiscal challenges the college faces. And we won't always be able to wear our fuzzy socks or have our pets to comfort us when it gets frustrating. But after the last 5 years of fires and pandemics, these obstacles are not insurmountable, especially with a collaborative management team willing to utilize our resources to overcome these barriers as a collective whole. Thank you.
Thank you. That is the end of the reports. I am going to cancel the break and move on to the consent agenda. And are there any trustees who wish to, we're looking at consent agenda items 1 through 16. Are there any trustees who wish to pull any of these items from the consent agenda and move them to the action agenda so we can discuss? Okay, then I will ask for a motion and a second on consent agenda items E1 to E16.
Move for approval 1 through 16 consent agenda. Second.
Thank you. Then we'll have a roll call vote.
Trustee Gonzalez? Aye. Trustee Fishman?
Aye.
Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez? Aye. Trustee Valadinos?
Aye.
Trustee Batchel?
Aye. Okay, thank you. Moving on to F, our action agenda. Starting with personnel action for August 9th, 2022. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
All right, do we have any public comment? See any board comments or questions? And we'll have a roll call vote on F1.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez? Trustee Rodriguez?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld?
Abstain. All right, now moving on to F2, May 13th, 2022 to July 14, 2022 warrants. I need a motion and a second, please.
So,
Second.
Thank you. Any public comment? Or board member comments or questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Valdovinos?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld?
I abstain. All right, F3, SEIU, Service Employees International Union Local 1021 and the district's tentative contract agreement for 2022 to 2023. I need a motion and a second, please.
Move for approval. Second.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment? All right, any board member comments or questions? Roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy? Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez? Trustee Valdovinos? Trustee Battenfeld?
Aye. All right, F4.
Thank you.
Good job putting it together. To everybody. All right, F4, management team economic compensation package for 2022 to 23. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any public comments? Or any board member comments or questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Valdovinos?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld?
Aye. Then F5, approval of the employment contract amendment for the superintendent president. I need a motion and a second, please.
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, any public comment? Any board member comments or questions? Roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Valdovinos?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld?
Aye. F6, resolution number 20-22, FRJC appointment to the Sonoma County Adult Education Consortium Oversight Committee. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any public comments? Or any board member comments or questions? Roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Aye. Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Valdovinos?
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld?
Aye. Thank you. All right, resolution F7, resolution 21-22 for the Shone Farm Ag Portable with Ridgeview Builders. I need a motion and a second, please.
Move for approval. Second.
Any public comments? Any board member comments or questions?
I just have a quick comment. I want to thank Sarah Hunt for discussing it earlier on why this was needed, why the resolution was needed. Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, roll call vote.
Trustee Benrose?
Aye.
Trustee Fishman? Trustee Kennedy?
Aye.
Trustee Lindley?
Aye.
Trustee Martinez?
Aye.
Trustee Valdovinos? Trustee Battenfeld?
Aye. F8, resolution 22-22 for the Garcia Hall renovation. Holly and Associates, a motion and a second, please.
So move.
Second. Any public comment? Any board member comments or questions? And again, thank you, Seraphin, for explaining all that in detail in your report. Roll call vote.
Trustee Banuelos,
Aye.
trustee Fishman, trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez, trustee Valdovinos,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld.
Aye. F9, which is resolution 23-22, authorizing the issuance of Sonoma County Junior College District, Sonoma, Mendocino, and Marin Counties, California, election of 2014 general obligation bonds, Series C, and actions related thereto. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any public comment? All right. Any board member comments or questions?
I have a clarification comment. This is our last time on cell phone. Is this the last bunch?
Good afternoon.
This is it.
Yes, this is the last of our.
This is it.
This is it. Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you.
And this might, and this will take us through like the next, you said 3 years. Sort of,
Yeah,
Okay.
so the plan is, this would cover the construction projects and technology for the next 3 years. We have to spend 80% of the issuance within 3 years under IRS regs. And then simultaneously, part of the issuance will be for technology longer term. So that we have a tech allocation to get us through for probably 5 to 7 years post that 3 years. In absence of other technology funds.
all right, thank you. Anybody else have questions or comments? All right, thank you for doing that. Even the title of it is complicated. Thank you. All right, roll call vote.
Trustee Banuelos,
Aye.
trustee Fishman, trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez, trustee Valdovinos, trustee Battenfeld.
Aye. All right, that includes all our items. I want to thank everybody for attending today, either in person or remotely. And I would like to, somebody mentioned it already, but I would like to adjourn in honor of our influential and longtime SOJC educator, Brooke Towser, who passed away in July. The meeting is adjourned, and we look forward to seeing you at other events or at our next meeting. Thank you.